Hi there. Got a video on the CKX Titan helmet that I kind of want to do for everybody. There's a few questions I had when I bought it, and I'm hoping that I can put together a video that will be helpful to others that I wish there was for me. So let's get into it here. So what I have set up on it right now is some 509 goggles. Now these are heated and they have a fan at the top, and I'll take them off and kind of show you in case you guys haven't seen that. But I wanted to put this on there so you could kind of see how the fit was on this. Now it actually fits pretty good. I mean, even along the edges here, it seals up good. The problem lies right in here, and I'll get a different camera angle of that here in a minute. But that's a problem. Now, the biggest reason you would buy this helmet, right, is for this function right here. This is a cool function. You blow your nose, you can take a drink of water, talk to your buddies easier. If you're having a little problem fogging up or it's getting hot, this just quickly opens up and you can get get the hot air out, breathe better, and it's really cool function. That's really why I bought this helmet, and I think that's why a lot of other people would as well. So anyway, it's nice to not have to mess with your goggles or nothing. You just hit this button. It's just with gloves on. Even it's easy to open and shut. It's real simple. The only downfall with these goggles in this helmet is it just doesn't seal up good here. So I'm gonna adjust the camera here and I'll kind of show you that real quick. Okay, so see, there's a pretty big gap. Well, gotta get a better light there. So that is the problem with the 509 goggles in this helmet. Now, there is, when you buy this helmet, it comes with this piece right here. This piece would take the place of this rubber piece right here. It's a little bit difficult to come off, so I'm not going to do it now, but it does come off, and then you can actually, when you get the helmet, it does come with this. And I put this other one on. Now the problem with this thing is made to go underneath your goggles, not on top. I mean, it would block your vision. It's not gonna work that way. So this one allows you to open and close this without messing with your goggles. This one, you're gonna take your goggles off before you can open and close this. And I think maybe with this, I'd probably get too hot and I'd have more fogging problems. I'm not sure because I haven't used it yet, but this helmet's actually pretty warm. Now I'm in the southern Idaho area, and this year our temperatures, the few times I've went sledding, I don't even think we were in teens, like 20s maybe, and then some 30s. So it hasn't been extremely cold, and I might spend a couple miles or so going down a trail briefly at 40, 50 miles an hour, but there's not a whole lot of that. For you guys in Canada, Alaska, and you're just trail riding, you're going down a trail at 50, 60, 80 miles an hour for a long period of time. Even in that condition, with the chin guard, which I took off, with this piece if you want to put it on, and then it comes with this little piece which goes up here and seals around your face. It's pretty warm. Like, I don't know if a guy would really have a complaint about getting cold with this helmet. It's got quite a few vents, but it's configured to where I think you stay warm in it. Now my problem is I do more active riding off the trail, and I was getting too hot, and it's a typical problem I have with glasses. The goggles aren't so much of a problem. It's always the glasses for guys like me that wear glasses, and we're always fighting to figure out the best solution for that. Now these 509 goggles are awesome. They fit my glasses. I got a little bit bigger set of glasses. These aren't too too big, but I have a bigger set and they fit good in here. Um, and the fan, well, let me take this off and show you. These goggles are great. Okay, they got this little fan right there, and that fan really helps in probably keeping the goggles from fogging, but definitely my glasses. It gets the air out and really helps my glasses. These are great. And if you've ever seen these are magnetic, and the lens just pops off. It's magnetic, and then you just basically put it on halfway close, and it just snaps right into place. These are great goggles. I really like these. I might even get a set of these that are just regular goggles for my dirt bike because they're just a comfortable goggle, and I like the magnetic thing, and they're just good quality. Like the plastic seems strong. Just a good quality goggle. So I really like these 509. I don't even know what model they're you know, an Ignite. I've had them a couple years. They're not real old. The battery lasts, oh, I don't know really. I mean, I've been out all day, but I turn it on and off, so maybe I'm only using it 3 to 4 hours, maybe. Ideally, if the guy thought he was going to use it all day long, you might want to get a second battery, or see if there's a way to hook up, run a cord down into your jacket or your one-piece suit and hook up to a battery pack. And I'll explain that with these other goggles. But then you wouldn't have to really worry about batteries, and you could just run the fan and stuff the whole time. And I'm sure at some point the fan will quit and you'll have to buy a new set of goggles. But anyway, not talking about the reliability because I don't know. But as far as for glasses, these things really do help. They're really good for that. But in this helmet, they don't fit good, you know, right along here. So now this is the cord, obviously not plugged in. It's pretty secure right here. It's not going nowhere. If you decided, you know what, I'm going to wear this helmet, but I'm not going to use the heated goggles that come with it. Well, there's a screw here that you take off, and you can get this cord out of here. Then you don't have to have the cord. So now I'm going to try to pop on. Well, actually, let me show you these goggles. So these goggles here are the factory CKX Titan goggle, and you know it comes with it. And this is your plug. Now these goggles aren't as good. Like this is real flexible. Not that it's a bad thing. It's just they're not built as good as the 509s. And if I can demonstrate, like the lens, it's really hard, but the lens doesn't even really seal. I know I'm not going to, you kind of see it maybe. See, the lens pulls apart from the seal. It's really not even fastened good. I mean, it fastens good around here, but once you get over the edge, it doesn't really seal good. I'm not going to say they're a bad quality goggle. They're just not as good as some other ones I've seen. The 509s especially. I just don't feel the quality is. Then they're a little bit smaller, and for glasses they don't fit in there as good as the 509s. And the other problem is my eyes. It's like this part. It like wants to ride like right up here. Like I always want to pull the goggles down, and I want my eyes to be more in the center of the lens, and I feel like they're down here more. It kind of drives me crazy, and so the soft material in the back tends to ride like, I feel like right in the bottom of my eye. I'm getting used to it, but I don't really like that. The glasses fit in there okay. It's just I just wish I get the goggles down more so my eyes would be more center. It just won't. The way the helmet and goggles are designed, that's just not going to happen. So it's not uncomfortable, but it's a little bit getting used to because of where the goggles sit, and normally you want the goggles to sit a certain way, and these kind of tend to sit up higher. So I'm not real happy with the goggles. These do have a vent. This particular goggle I got, which came with the helmet, it was in a kit for, I think it got on sale and it was like $380 or something. with shipping. But anyway, this does have the vents, and even with the vents opened and the liners, the liner here that was on it, the chin guard, with all that removed, even if I rode in teens, I don't think I'm going to get cold. Um, you can get a lot of air in it if you want, but it also seals up good. And these you can close if you want, but even with them opened, I was still fogging up. So I had to remove some stuff, and I always wear I forget what they're called, but a head sock, and it's real thin, it's not real thick, and so I was having some fogging problems until I took those things out, and even with these vents open, once you're moving, it kind of clears it away. So there is a difference, but this is probably their idea of the fan setup, their way of venting the goggles. Well, the fan setup on the 509s is 100 times better. I mean, if snowmobile goggle companies want to get serious about the heated lens style, they will just put a good fan up there, maybe a couple fans. The fan just really, really helps. So anyway, I'm gonna put this on the helmet and show you that. So that clips on. That plugs in there. And then on this is made so you can plug the cord into your snowmobile. I don't like that because, like I said, I'm not just a trail rider. I'm going up in the trees and getting stuck and helping my buddies get out, and I'm always moving around. Now, I'm not a real aggressive rider yet, but I'm moving around enough that I don't want a stupid cord in my way hooked to the sled. So the way I have this is I have the cord that runs down through my one-piece suit and it hooks into a battery pack that I have in my pocket. And that don't get in the way. The cord it's kind of a pain if you're trying to zip up your jacket or whatever. It can get in the way a little bit. But as far as once it's set up and you're moving, you don't really know the cord's there. You don't try to choke you or the helmet doesn't catch on it. It works actually really well. Okay, so okay, so that's it, all set up now. This hooks up in here really good and seals up real good. Obviously, it's their helmet and their goggles, so it's going to sit good. Now, right in here where I showed you on the other helmet, the gap is nowhere because they've got this bigger nose piece right here on the goggle, and matched with this piece, it just seals up really good. Like, there's a little gap right now, but once you put it on and you close this, you actually feel the goggles push on your nose a little bit, and so it seals it up really nice here. And again, you buy this helmet so you can, for this function right here, you don't have to mess with the goggles, and it seals up. There's no big gap here like there was with the 509s. So this is nice. Now, you can still, again, use this part, which it came with it, right? But again, it's going to go underneath your goggle, not on top. And so then you kind of lose this function without, you have to remove your goggles every time. So anyway, that's how this is set up, and it works really well. Again, the 509s do fit in there well. It's just there is a pretty big gap for air to get in and kind of hit your cheek right here, and then snow if you're going through snow and you're getting blasted with snow all the time, or maybe rain if it got real warm. It's gonna get through and hit your cheek and your face here in this area with the 509s and this setup. Now, if you were to take this setup and put it inside your goggle, and then close your mask up, and then put your goggles on, then it would seal up good. You wouldn't have that problem. But that's, again, kind of ruins the purpose of this helmet. And so, but with this setup, with their goggles, it seals up good. Now, if I was going to be on the trail all the time, going 60, 80 miles an hour for a long period of time, maybe I would find some cold spots over time, but I don't think so. It's here in southern Idaho, the weather's been abnormally warm, and it's been 20 degrees, 30 degrees that's what the temperature's been when I've been up riding. So not extremely cold anyway, but even if it was 10 or 5, maybe even -5 or 10, I really don't feel that I would get cold in this helmet. Especially if you put on some of the other liners and you got a head sock. For you guys that might think you want to go to the CKX Mission, which is a full face, because it'd be warmer, it might be, but I think this is every bit as warm. I really don't think a guy's gonna get cold in this helmet. And if you take some of the extra pieces off and open up some of the vents, now this one there's a lot of vents in here, and they have these little rubber pieces. They look like earplugs. And you take the inside liner out, and you pull those plugs out. So I pulled all those plugs out, and like I said, if anything, I was a bit hot at times. But it was nice. If I started to fog up, I would just open this up, and that would really help. And then once we get moving, I close it back up. So you can really vent this helmet if you want, but you can also seal it off good. So anyway, I think that's about all I really wanted to show everybody is, you know, how well this does work for a guy with glasses. But the goggles aren't the best. I'm not real excited about the goggles, and they tend to sit a little higher up than what I would like. The 509s are much nicer, but they just don't seal up. They just have a much bigger gap here. So anyway, that is the Titan CKX helmet. And if you guys have any questions, you post in the comment. I'll try to get back to you on it. But hopefully I've answered your questions, and you kind of know what you're getting here. The helmet's a great helmet. Goggles not so much, but still a better setup than what I had before. So anyway, take it easy, guys. Be safe out there.